Hello, guys. Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. It is Sunday here. We're previewing the round of 16 Wimbledon, and it's a Sunday, so I'm not in the studio, and it's a rare time that I can actually film in my garden, unlike Whale Kappa, who always seems to be in some exotic sunny garden. How are you doing, Whale Kappa?
I'm so well. It's so great to be with you guys. Really looking forward to preview.
Oops.
Oh. Has he gone?
We've lost Whale in the garden there.
We lost Whale. He'll be back. He'll be back. Alex, how are you doing, buddy? Nice set of new glasses, I see. Looking very smart.
Yeah, new glasses, well dressed. I'm coming from a wedding, and I'm filming. And after that, I'm going to a live concert in my friend's pub in town. I miss the coconut milk, so if you have a coconut with you next to you there, please show it to me, because I really miss that shit. I think that is the best thing that happened to me ever. Yeah, it's very healthy stuff. Yeah, I miss it. I really miss Costa Rica. I miss you guys. I think that I'm trying to gather my thoughts, and maybe I'm coming to visit you next year for a vacation this time.
I hope so. I hope so. Well, Kappa, we lost you there.
Hey, sorry about that.
Good?
Yeah, no I don't know what's going on. Everything in the preview we were talking, it was no problem. And then sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries at all. All right, let us start off. We'll start with the men's there. A few upsets. Just want to talk about obviously Alexander Zverev. Now he wasn't a favorite. He's sort of one to watch in the upcoming years. Was his exit a shock, Whale Kappa?
Not really. We knew his form was questionable coming into this because he had suffered that injury at the French Open. He really ground himself to a pulp at Roland Garros, trying to prove that he could make a quarterfinal. We saw he looked pretty terrible at Halle in the one grass preview event. Getting past Fritz in 2 days, I guess, was an impressive accomplishment, given how sad his form was. The bigger surprise was Gulbis making it now to the second week of Wimbledon after having qualified is pretty impressive. But Zverev out is not a huge shock. He still has a lot to prove in the best of five world of tennis. So it's going to be at least another year probably before we see him do anything special in slam level.
Yeah, I think so.
Ernests Gulbis is a little bit of spoiled brat of tennis. His parents are billionaires, so he's playing tennis just for fun. He had big ups and downs in his career. 500 ATP, after that 44, 150, coming that to number 10, going again at 250. So he's a really huge talent. But because his parents are billionaires in Latvia, I think that this is a really huge problem for him. He played incredible against Gulbis, against Zverev, but it's tough for him to pass into the next round.
Yep. Yeah. Looking at the odds, obviously, for Federer, they are dropping. It's every day. He's now 1.95 with Novak Djokovic and Nadal 6 and 7 respectively. Juan Martin Del Potro priced at 10. We've done a couple of videos where he is certainly one to watch and has the value. Would you obviously, I think last time we spoke, he was priced 17. The time before that, he was priced at 23. For those who haven't put any money on Del Potro to win, do you think we should at this moment in time? Well, Kappa.
So I have Del Potro from before the tournament started. My expectation was he was going to come out of the bottom half and lose to Federer in the final. I'm still feeling relatively good about that, although Nadal certainly has shown that his form is sharper than many would have expected on grass. I was not a Nadal advocate before the tournament started because we didn't see him play any grass warm-up, and he's the type.
Something is happening with the connection there.
Yeah. Well, talking then. So Nadal obviously has been sort of impressive on grass courts. What about?
Guys, I'm sorry, guys. I guess using Hangouts, I've noticed that my data doesn't like to support it so much. So I'm on the back on a better Wi-Fi. So apologies.
Yeah, no worries.
But Yeah, so I was just gonna say Nadal's the only speed bump for Del Potro, and I think Del Potro can get by Nadal in that quarterfinal, but that would be the only place that you would be willing to try to find the right way to hedge if you do grab a Del Potro future, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And Djokovic, I think, is still looking strong. Obviously, there was questions before he entered as far as how fit he was. But so far, I think, has he got a sort of shot to make it to the finals, Alex?
No, but he's on the same side with Federer, so it's really tough for him to go to win this thing. No. I think that Djokovic is not at a level right now that we can say that he can win Wimbledon. I think that we can choose Del Potro instead of Djokovic, or Nadal instead of Djokovic. I think that these two are the only ones that can beat Federer right now. Federer looks incredible, but he wasn't being tested so much till now. He wasn't at all tested. Also Nadal, also Del Potro were not highly tested, playing at their highest level right now. So a huge match it will be Del Potro with Nadal. I don't think that Djokovic can go so high.
I think Djokovic almost certainly comes out of that third quarter. Right now, everybody's kind of gotten out of his way. Kyrgios got out of the way. Zverev's gotten out of the way. Team didn't even make it out of round one. Djokovic, I think, definitely skates to a semifinal. But at that point, I think if he faces a fit Del Potro or a fit Nadal, I think he's done. The thing about Djokovic is, and a couple of things have impressed me this tournament. He traditionally in Grand Slams where he thought he kind of had a chance to win the title, he liked to slow play his way in. He wasn't a kind of guy that you bet on the handicap in the first couple rounds because he would just kind of do whatever he needed to do to win.
But it's different now, right?
Just go score. But it's different. Yeah, I know. He knows he has a limited number of games in him in this tournament, and he's doing everything he can to absolutely just mow the guys down when he's got the opportunity to do so. Yeah. And yeah, he's trying to keep these matches, keep them short, keep things in a save his bullets really. And if he can get by in straight sets against Karen Khachanov. I like Djokovic 3-0 in that. I think that's a pretty damn good price. Looking at minus 114 on that was surprising. I would have expected that closer to minus 150 or minus 200. So I think he beats Khachanov in straight sets. Khachanov's a fine young player, but he doesn't have nearly the type. I don't think he has the level that we saw from Edmund, for instance, in the last match against Djokovic. So I think Khachanov goes down in straights. And then
in European odds, you can take even higher than that, 1.93.
Yeah, that's a lovely look. At that point, he'll get the winner of Gulbis Nishikori. Presumably, Nishikori gets through in that one. Gulbis, we've seen him play 3 straight 5-setters. If he has any gas left, that'll be impressive. This morning when I was going through the odds, I liked the looks of over 3.5 sets in that Nishikori Gulbis match. I thought that we were probably going to see 3-1 Nishikori in that one. I mean, Nishikori is not a great grass player at all. He got by Kyrgios 3-0 yesterday in a really weird match that I think was largely influenced by the match itself was so late in the day and it looked like, oh, they're never going to get this in. Kyrgios wasn't mentally in it at all. He was totally removed, and Nishikori completely seized on that opportunity to get through here and make it farther in Wimbledon than you would really expect because he's such a poor grass player.
Did it look to you that Kyrgios yesterday he wasn't in the mood to play like that? He looked to me.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely right.
I was thinking that he was not in the mood to play in that match, really.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. The other way I think you can say pretty regularly, Kyrgios has a couple of guys he's buddies with or has friendship, bromance with on tour. And with those guys, he doesn't bring out killer instinct, really. We've seen it with Andy Murray. He constantly lost matches to Andy Murray where he didn't really look competitive. And it wasn't because he didn't feel like playing. It was just like he likes Andy Murray. So he didn't he didn't use, he didn't go to a place mentally where he was like killer instinct came out and he desperately wanted to win the match and he was going to do anything to win. Instead, it was just sort of like, Yeah, I like this guy. This is fun. Tennis is fun. I'm having fun today. Oh, what do you know? I lost 3-0.
This
You
is
know,
curious.
yeah,
This is fucking curious.
yeah, seriously. And you know, it's and you know, it's against certain players in certain spots, he steps his game up and he puts his best foot out there, and he's just outstanding. But against players who he has like friendships with, and you know, guys he's got bromances with, he just doesn't bring out the killer instinct. And I think you saw that yesterday against Nishikori.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good, to be honest with you, in sports. But
well, he's so young too. He'll grow up. I think he's only 23. I think, right?
Yeah, he's young. But listen, moving over to the women's side, and obviously Serena Williams, we've seen her price drop. I think what was it, about 6 or something, 4.75 it was the other day. And Alex, you said even if she was priced at 10, you wouldn't take her. Right now, it seems to be between Williams and Kerber. She's bouncing back from pregnancy, I have to say, and she's doing remarkably well. She looks like she should qualify. She looks like she can go all the way right now.
Wow.
What do you think? She's making a comeback. Is she going to win the next Wimbledon Grand Slam?
It's a crazy tourney on the women's side. 9 from 10 top 10 players are out. The only one that is still in is Karolina Pliskova, who has a crazy match against Kiki Bertens, who was about to go out also in the last round, being one set down and one breakdown against the Romanian Mihaela Buzărnescu. That I think that only her mental issues made her lose that match in the decider. I think that Kiki Bertens is very good mentally right now, and she can pull off the upset and beat Pliskova right now. Pliskova is not well prepared at all. On the women's side, I think that we will see a new winner. I think that we will see a new Grand Slam winner. Also, Kiki Bertens has the power to do that. Alison van Uytvanck. Also, Chibolkova looks good. I don't know, Julia Jorges. I think that Serena Williams has a easy draw, but I still don't think that she will win that one. If she will come from pregnancy and win a Wimbledon right now in 2018, all the respect, and I will bounce, and I will I will be her fan all my life. I don't know. It's really difficult to come from pregnancy and to be at that level, and to be at this level 2 weeks in a row, 7 matches, Grand Slam. Pressure on her right now because everybody's expecting that she will win this Grand Slam. I don't believe it. I still don't believe it.
Well, listen, if anyone can do it, it will be Serena Williams. Can she do it, Rail Kappa? You seem like, what do you think?
Okay, so for those who are watching this who are not like super duper into tennis and don't really have the perspective, what we've seen in this Wimbledon on the women's side has been the most historic number of upsets, and it's not close. Yeah. And I've been really searching, trying to figure out what in the heck is going on, because this is it's totally unprecedented to see this level of top players in the world all going down to and not getting upset later in the tournament to relatively level competition, but just losing to women who are just like another class of up and comer, not world class grass players. It's been unbelievable to watch. Just yesterday, Simona Halep losing that match up 5-2.
Come on, don't remind me that.
My goodness. I
wanted to break the TV. What happened there?
That was so bad. It was unbelievable. And and so a couple things I've been trying to kind of come up with a theory for what is going on. And the best I got for you is, the women's tour revolves around Serena Williams. It has for the entire time that she's been, the number one player in the world. And when she took a break for her pregnancy and then maternity leave, it was almost like everyone else who was a class below her was like, okay, this is the time we have to win titles. If you're in your prime and Serena was off tour, you had to put all your chips on the table. And, we saw it with Wozniacki at the Australian Open. We saw it with Halep at the French Open. It was literally like now or never. And
Ostapenko last year.
Ostapenko last year at the French Open. Yeah. And so the opportunity was there for, just for everyone to kind of to really push hard. And I think that they must have the top women in the world just must have all gotten burned out by playing so many tournaments, putting their all into every tournament, just trying to get as many titles as they could while Serena was off tour. And now this goes for Kvitova too. Like, I was a huge Kvitova stan on the way into this tournament. I thought she was absolutely the rightly priced favorite. But then I'm looking now at her record. I'm like, man, she's played a ton of tennis in 2018. Like, she's won 5 titles. She's played more matches through to this point of 2018 than any previous year in her career. And so it's like, okay, maybe there's something that I missed coming into this tournament, that these women are just all exhausted. And it's, you come into this already in a mindset of like, man, I'm tired. You see there's a fresh Serena Williams in the draw. Maybe that's a little bit tougher on you mentally. And for whatever reason, it's one, the women that have gotten upset to this point has just been staggering. But I think I still am not subscribing to Serena can win.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm still not there. Yeah.
I think that Simona Halep was a huge blow because she, after the French Open, she took 3 weeks of vacation. She didn't play any tournament before Wimbledon on grass, and she declared yesterday that she was unprofessional. So she took the match yesterday like, who is this opponent? I will win her, and I'm going further. I will qualify with ease. But I think that this is a huge mistake. Doesn't matter if you're not world number 1, but most important, I think that Simona Halep not playing a grass tournament before Wimbledon is a huge mistake and blow her chances to win the tournament. She's not prepared. She was not prepared at all.
That's fair. And I mean, I think, but across the whole top, the fact that only one of the top 10 women in the world right now is into the second week is just incredible. And for my money, at least, I think there is still value on Karolina Pliskova. I'm surprised that she's about $7 or $8 right now in the European markets. I'm seeing like plus 700 or something like that.
She's 9. Yeah. She's 9.
Yeah, as high as 9. Yeah.
That's not a whole lot shorter than she was pre-tournament, and I'm not exactly sure why that hasn't shortened, with pretty much everyone except for Serena getting out of her way on the bottom half of the draw. In the same way that we saw world number 1 never win a slam now twice out of the 2 Grand Slams this year, why not Karolina Pliskova this year? It's sort of the same kind of now or never narrative, if you're willing to subscribe to that. This is probably the last slam where you have a Serena Williams who's not fit before Serena retires, unless she takes another maternity break and comes back again. But this is it. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, Karolina Pliskova, this is your shot. She's got to know that. She's gotten into the second week for the first time. She's got to have a little bit of. I thought her comeback against Buzarnescu was pretty darn impressive. Buzarnescu is a really good player, and she's been playing really well. Was in form. Pliskova was down to her in the second set. She came back, and then in that third set, she just found another gear. If she can retain that level for the next couple of matches here, I think that she probably will have to face and oust Serena herself. No one else is going to do it for her. Serena's coming out of that fourth quarter at this point. No realistic challenger there. And then Pliskova in that semifinal is going to have to do it herself. And she's going to have to she's going to have to find her shots. She's going to have her serve on that day. And at that point, she probably plays Kerber in the final. And that should be a pretty outstanding final. Kerber is, I think, rightfully the second favorite at this point. She does look like absolutely she has the best form of the women on the top half of the draw. I think her price for a straight sets win is short. I think you could definitely back Kerber 2-0 in this round of 16 match tomorrow.
That's 1.9.
1.9. That's a great price for that. That should be closer to like 1.7 or so in my book. She's got the game, and it's on right now, and she's going to make short work of this match. The other women that I don't think we're done seeing upsets actually on the women's side. I think Ostapenko is on upset alert tomorrow. I would say Sasnovich to win a set is a great price. That one, look, I bet you. I mean, they've played twice. Sasnovich and Ostapenko both have gone 2-1. Nothing to me says anything different about this match that Ostapenko can get it done in straight sets. So Sasnovich at least to win a set. That match to go over 21.5 games as at plus 115 right now at my book. That's incredible. I would take over 21.5 in a heartbeat. This thing goes 3, and I think Sasnovich has a chance to get the upset.
I think a really good upset alert is Alison van Uytvanck tomorrow against Daria Kasatkina. Alison van Uytvanck, impressive. I think that she won against Kontaveit and against Muguruza and against Paula Herzog in style. Impressive serve, impressive forehand. She's giving everything. She's finding the lines absolutely amazing. She's playing at her best level right now, and I will take Alison van Uytvanck at 2.4 tomorrow against Daria Kasatkina.
All right. Well, listen, let us crack on just with, if you guys want to tell us some of your favorite bets they're heading into the round of 16. And I tell you, well, Steph, I like your logical thinking with Serena Williams and why there's been so many upsets. I think it goes further than that. I think it's like the alignment of the stars or something. Because with the World Cup, it's like we're just seeing some crazy upsets. Obviously, we've got Tour de France as well, which is happening right now. So I wonder if it's going to continue there as well. And listen, for those of you who don't follow Whale Kappa, Whale_Kappa on Twitter, I tell you what, he is pulling out Tour de France bets, would you know it, as well. So really one to follow on Twitter.
He started to also football, soccer, I wanted to say.
I know.
Football, I wanted to say. Yeah, he's going also to American sports.
Every 2 years, yes.
If you would know his background, you should follow him. I will not say his background, but he's fucking clever, this guy.
Yeah, he is super awesome. Yeah, Whale_Kappa. All right, start us off, Alex, on the men's side. What are your best bets there, round 16?
Okay, Nishikori versus Ernests Gulbis over 3.5 sets in the match at 1.71. Federer to cover the minus 8.5 games Asian handicap against Manarino. John Isner, minus 3.5 games Asian handicap against Stefanos Tsitsipas. And on the women's side, I have Julia Jorges to win tomorrow at 1.8 against Donna Vekic. I have Alison van Uytvanck at 2.4 against Daria Kasatkina.
All right, great stuff there. Those are Alex's tips. Whale Kappa, what have you got?
I'll recap the 2 on the women's side that I really like are Kerber 2-0 and Ostapenko over 21.5 games. On the men's side, we didn't really talk about the top half a lot. Gael Monfils has been extraordinarily impressive through this point. The fact that he was able to get by Gasquet in the first round, I thought was underappreciated. Beating Query in the third round was pretty outstanding. I think he's got an incredible head-to-head record against Kevin Anderson through history. And Kevin Anderson is the kind of guy that can beat some players and can't beat others. He cannot beat Monfils. I'm shocked that they opened Monfils as an underdog. A lot of money has been put on Monfils already. You've seen the line drift from 2.7 all the way down to about 2.3. I still think there's value there. I think Monfils should be the favorite. And I'm looking forward to Monfils Federer. That'll be a fun one. If we get back together tomorrow and talk more tennis, Monfils Federer is going to be the match that I'm one of the most excited about in of the quarterfinals. I liked Alex's take on Gulbis over 3.5 sets. I got involved in that this morning when it was about $2. It's taken a lot of money, and I would expect to see Nishikori 3-1, so that may be a fun exact score play at a pretty nice price. Del Potro as well, I like over 3.5 sets. That one's at about right about $2. And then Isner, I think is shockingly still has value in the futures market. I don't understand why this hasn't come down more with Cilic now out of the top half of his quarter. I don't think there's a ton of difference really between Isner and Raonic in terms of the way they play or their form currently. Isner may be I'd give him a slight tip just because, he's been able to come up with a Masters championship this year is pretty awesome. So he's playing an up-and-coming kid, Stefanos Tsitsipas. You're probably going to see a lot of the the casual tennis bettors maybe got kind of excited about him this week, seeing him, young kid, full of energy, super, personality, and just a great guy to cheer for through the years going forward. First ever Greek player in the Open era to make the second week of a slam, which is pretty incredible too. And I think, all that said, he has struggled in his career against the taller players, guys with a particularly big serve. He's never played Isner, but guys with the particularly big serve, taller players, he's had a very tough time taking sets off of. So I kind of like a long shot here on Isner 3-0 at about 350. Plus 250.
What do you say? What do you say about this safer bet? Minus 3.5 games on the Asian handicap.
Yeah, that's a little trickier because for all I know, he could win 3 tiebreaks.
7-6, 7-6, 7-6. Oh, come on! In one of them, he will break him. Come on, he will break him in one of them.
At that point, if it's that close, I'd rather have the longer price. At plus 250 is pretty nice for when you look at. Especially when you look at Tsitsipas's record throughout the years against the taller players, he's just struggled. I mentioned Djokovic 3-0 is another look I'm particularly fond of, and I want to get involved on Vesely against Nadal. Vesely is the same kind; he's a huge guy, 6'6", same kind of game, not quite as mobile as Gilles Muller, who knocked Nadal out last year. This is one of those where I have a little bit of a mental, what do you call it? I'm biased here because I want Nadal out, so I want to think that Vesely can knock him out. Because if Nadal goes out, then all of a sudden all the other features that I'm holding look a lot brighter. And the longer Nadal goes in this tournament, the more dangerous he's going to be. As the surface gets worn down, it plays more and more like clay, unfortunately, none of the 3 first opponents gave Nadal much of a test, gave him the chance to kind of get warmed up. And I'm a little nervous that Nadal's just going to mow down every guy that I have a future on his way to a title here. So I want him out. So let's go, Vesely.
All right, let's hope so. All right, guys, listen, thank you so much for coming on Whale Kappa. That's Whale_Kappa if you want to follow him on Twitter. And if you're lucky, you'll get a few Tour de France and World Cup bets as well. And Alex from Need for Tips. And for everybody watching, thank you very much. And I will see you soon.
Thank you.